And here we are again with another episode of the Fiend Cave podcast. And of course, I'm Richie, and I'm accompanied by my good friend, Mr.
Sean. Yo, what's up? How's it going? I don't remember what episode we're on because, frankly, you can never tell because Richard loses them.
I didn't quite lose it, I deleted them, but they're there in pieces. Alright, so this is the gist of it. So I've deleted 2 episodes now. Okay, no, I didn't delete them. They're in pieces, but until I get those pieces back together, make something happen with those, we've got more episodes that I can possibly fuck up, so...
Yeah, by the way, this episode is brought to you by the word fuck, because we're probably going to be saying it a lot. Most of the time we edit ourselves, but this is going to be a special after hours episode. I'm already, I'm wearing sunglasses, there's beaded curtains everywhere, and I'm wearing a bathrobe. Yeah. But, this is not for the faint of heart. We're going to get into some shit tonight.
Yes, this is a metal punk episode, I would suppose you would call it.
Pedal?
Punk, yeah.
Punk metal, pedal?
Pedal, yeah. Put the pedal to the metal. I don't know. Anyway,
Monk.
Accompanied by us is a good friend of ours, Mr. Brock, who's no stranger to music, of course, Say hello, Mr. Brock.
How's it going? How you guys doing? What's up, world of podcast?
He plays guitar in, of course, an awesome death metal band. Is that how you would
Sure, yeah, much death metal. You know how it goes as far as, the genres and how they can all just be a big ball of shit.
Oh, dude, the subgenres
are,
like, crazy.
Definitely, we try to keep it raw and real, man.
What's the name of your band?
Church.
Okay.
There you go. See, I can do the metal screams. He can go low, so...
But yeah, it's a privilege to be here, man. I really like what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
I kind of told you, it's like, dude, we got to get you on the podcast, and, we finally did.
We're here, man.
It's awesome, so.
By the way, if anybody wants to listen to my AC/DC cover band, I will be taking a dump later, and I can do a perfect Bon Scott while I'm on the toilet.
Okay, so
I'll have a drink on that.
Have a drink, yeah.
Because, the only thing you need to sound like AC/DC is to be trying to take a shit.
You could be like Jim Brewer.
Yeah.
Just put some grunts in there and you're good to go. Ooh. And don't get me wrong, I like AC/DC, but it's totally
one of my favorite bands.
Shit rock because you can sing it.
So we can take a dump to it. Okay, so my first question before we kind of get back on topic, I suppose, but what's the name of your AC/DC cover band?
Metal Up Your Ass.
That's awesome.
And there it is. And there it is.
That's great. Lars will be calling soon.
He's going to want some of that moolah, yeah.
He's going to break my legs with drumsticks.
Now, see, for this episode, I'm going to have to do like an AC/DC like drawing or something, but meshed with the metal up your ass, like the toilet with the knife. But,
and then have like Angus Young wearing his like schoolboy outfit on the toilet, like screaming with the like spike going up his ass.
That's awesome.
This is
all right. Way past it. All right. So anyway, on this episode, we're gonna do top 5 like we've been doing, but we're gonna do top 5 Misfits songs. Now, this is not according to everybody. This is according to us, our personal list. There is a fuck ton of Misfits songs out there.
Indeed. And we're also going to go into various years of Misfits. It's not necessarily just the Danzig years, but we're going like Michael Graves, Jerry Only, if you're into that sort of thing. He's not going to make my list.
Well, spoiler alert, I do have some Jerry Only possibly around in there.
Okay, that's cool.
I've seen the Jerry Only Misfits, and I do say live, it is still a very good show.
But I'm not even saying anything against the band, it's just I'm not a huge fan of Jerry Only singing.
Right,
that's all.
Exactly.
My only thing.
So,
he just doesn't sound like great.
Yeah, so, of course, according to us, our top 5, there's a shit ton of music. Of course, the band's been around for 30 plus years, so, so you got, all eras of it, so...
Long time, man.
The fact that I'm sure you can pick up like a Misfits t-shirt at like a Target or something, and
I saw one at Walmart.
Some 14-year-old kid will be wearing it, not even know what the hell they're wearing, and be like, "Oh, you're into the Fits, huh?"
Yeah. Dude, I just discovered the song called, about "Die Die My Darling." When
what, the Metallica cover? Yeah. Oh, I thought Metallica did that.
Oh. Love Metallica, but not one of their better covers.
And I mean, I'll be the first to admit that's the first time I heard Die Die My Darling was Metallica. But once I heard it, I was like, okay, this is a cover or something. And then I found out Misfits. I was like, holy shit. Okay.
See, the thing about Metallica, I'm sure many people know this, man. They're super into Diamond Head and Misfits.
Sure, Motorhead, all that shit. And they wore it on their sleeve. That's why they did the whole covers. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, rest in peace, Cliff Burton, man.
Oh, dude, the way that guy played bass. Yeah.
Dude, Cliff, awesome. Every time you saw a picture of him back in the day, he was wearing a Fitz shirt.
So. That or Skinner.
Well, Skinner and his dude is like tight bell bottoms, but he had a Misfits tattoo as well. He had the Fiend skull on his arm, so
yes, he did.
Not to mention the fact that one of our heroes of the podcast, Henry Rollins, has a freaking Misfits skull tattoo as well.
Yeah, of course, he was part of that time too, so he toured with them and shit. So
I believe you said earlier they've definitely made their own type of genre.
Misfits, they started. Well, of course, they were pioneers of punk, but not only punk, but horror punk.
Punk.
They started that shit. Nobody else does that.
Yeah. So. In my early to mid 20s, I got big into horror movies and metal, and finding out about horror punk, it was just perfect.
Yeah,
right.
I can't understand some of those people that like horror films or horror movies, and they don't really like horror punk or metal or rock for that matter. It's they go hand in hand. It's how could you not like that? And the same with the bands too. How could you like the band but not like the horror movies or whatever?
Sure.
So yeah, totally crazy. But anyway,
and not to mention, I mean, the name of our podcast is the Fiend Cave.
Yeah,
dedicated
of course, to the Misfits. Yeah, absolutely. So being one of our favorite bands, yeah. So,
right. My first book I ever wrote was called The Fiend Club. And directly descendant of the Fiend Club, which is the Misfits fan club. Granted, it was a book about a bunch of teenage kids fighting vampires, but
hey, that's still horror, man. You go right in there.
That's where it started. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Which was funny, actually. There was a character in it named Doyle who he was named Doyle after Doyle von Wolfgang Frankenstein.
Absolutely.
Which really does look like a Frankenstein. Yeah. He's what? He's almost 60, or maybe he's in his 60s now? The dude is still fucking ripped. So it's the dude still looks like a Frankenstein. It's crazy. So it's pretty insane. But anyway, all right. Do we get to the top 5?
Right on.
All right. So I did last episode. So do you want to start?
I will start us off only because Brock is not familiar. He has not done any yet. So I will show him how it's done. And we'll start
me right in the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
He will be.
That's what we do.
Right in the middle of our punk thing. I don't know what else to call it. That don't sound too bad.
Just funny because just 2 minutes ago you're like, oh yeah, Sean, you'll start us off. I'm like, all right, cool. And then I caught something in my throat and I've been coughing in the background. Okay. I suddenly feel like the old lady in the Goonies, just.
Oh God, not her.
Anne Ramsey, rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Thankfully, you guys can't see this. We're doing a Misfits kind of horror punk Human Centipede. So.
Oh!
On the front.
That's why I got something stuck in my throat. Okay. Moving on.
All right. Anyway, number 5, sir.
My number 5, I'm actually going to start off in the Michael Graves era. Probably my second favorite song off of... what was it? Famous Monsters? Yeah, that's the name of it. Okay.
Yeah, the second record Michael Graves did, yes.
The first Misfits album I ever owned. Sacrilege to some people. It wasn't a Danzig Misfits. It was a Michael Graves Misfits. But my number 5 is Dust to Dust.
Oh, okay. Dust to Dust. Great song.
Great song. One of my favorite movies of all time is The Bride of Frankenstein. And if you listen to the lyrics, it's directly the end scene of Bride of Frankenstein.
That's what they did. They wrote it for horror films. A bunch of their other songs. So.
The line "We Belong Dead" is used in that. That is one of the last lines in the movie, if not the last line.
Hell yeah!
It's just badass. It's a hard song. I've always dug it. So
hell yeah, man!
It's gonna be hard for me, guys, because this is not comic related or anything. So it's I like this song. It's got cool imagery. That's all I got to say. Well, so these two will have more to say about it. But
well, it's kind of when we've had other topics.
Sure.
Maybe I didn't know about a film or something like that, and you knew, or maybe when we had Paul as a guest. Shout out to Paul Arthur, of course.
Yeah.
Talking to, gonna be listening to this episode too.
I've never watched The Last Starfighter, and I don't know what Death Blossom is over here.
I went and I watched that shit, and I know what Death Blossom is now.
Fuck yeah.
you know this.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah, talking about Michael Graves' era, I'm a huge fan of that era. Those 2 records are amazing. Fucking heavy, too.
Right, and it's not that I don't like the original Misfits, but the thing I liked about that era was that Michael Graves, you could understand what he was saying. Like, if you really wanted to get into old Misfits, you kind of had to look up the lyrics to kind of figure out, because some of the recordings weren't that clear.
Right, I was just going to say that.
Kind of
the recording and the production of it wasn't polished as...
It was punk, you know? And, like, the, Famous Monsters, what was the other album? American Psycho. You know, they're more polished. It's more of a metal album than it is really punk.
They are fast. They do have the punk elements, but they are heavy as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was going to say that. The production quality is better, and a lot of hardcore punk fans, that's blasphemy to them, because that's not punk. It's supposed to sound like shit. And that's the same with hardcore, too. It's supposed to sound like shit. Quality's supposed to be bad, all this and that. So, but dude, fantastic song, fantastic album.
Yeah.
Michael Graves is
speaking
awesome.
of the album, the first place I ever saw it advertised anywhere was the back cover of a Fangoria when I was a teenager.
And that's the way it should be.
And that was perfect.
When you buy the horror magazine or whatever, and you
I was like, hey, I'm into horror. Oh. There's this Misfits album. I've heard of the Misfits. I don't know if I'm into them, but I'll check it out if they've got songs that they look like they're in a horror movie. What the hell? And sure enough.
Hell yeah, that's how you and that's how I found out about other bands too, whether it be Rue Morgue or Horror Hound or
Rumor was great.
Rumor's badass.
Yeah, they had their twisted facts and morbid, stats and shit like that, for every issue. So I always love reading that shit too.
They used to have a Rumor radio station that was online. That was like one of the first podcasts I ever listened to. It was so good.
Yeah, you could get on and download them too. Get online to the iStore, I think.
Yep.
And download them. I don't know if you still can. It's been a while.
Who knows?
You can download those and go back and listen to them. But yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
So
great choice.
Dust to Dust, my number 5.
Nice.
5.
Moving over to Brock now.
Mr. Brock.
This is number 5, correct?
Number 5, counting down, sir.
All right. Okay. This is Misfits, number 5. Out of the fucking...
Your top 5.
Number 5, I was thinking, like I said, I was hanging out last night, listening to some metal and shit. I figured Saturday I wake and I'm gonna go through some Misfits and Danzig. I'm gonna go through the catalog.
Right.
My number 5 was, of course, Last Caress.
Oh shit! Classic song.
So let's go ahead and talk amongst it now. Last Caress, man.
Hey.
I mean, fuck.
It's one of those songs that, like, when I first, I had to make sure my mom wasn't nearby when I was listening to it, or I had to have headphones in. Yeah, seriously, because there would be questions I didn't want to answer.
What is he saying?
Right.
He fucked what today? What? What's going on?
What's he talking about killing a baby about?
Yeah. Whenever you think Misfits, you gotta think of that song.
Sure.
Whenever they play live, you gotta think of that song.
Sure.
I saw Danzig with Doyle a couple years ago. Of course, they played the song. They have to play the song. They gotta play the hits.
Like you said, it's one of those songs that when you hang out with some friends or something, you're at a party, whatever, man. You're doing whatever. You're doing laundry or getting fucking loaded. Whatever you're doing. You think of Last Caress.
Sure.
You think of those type of songs. So that'd be my number 5 as far as, how long I've got into this shit, how it sounds as far as production, what they're talking about.
Right.
The riffage, the shape of the song itself.
Well,
fucking Misfits.
Yeah,
it's like
short to the point.
Bro.
Amazing lyrics.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's one of those songs, once you hear it, you know what you're getting into. Like, if this is the first Misfits song you've heard, it's like, okay, so this is what they're going to be. Like, you're going to get that kind of punk sound, but you're going to get some really, like, off-the-wall lyrics and some crazy shit.
Yeah.
It's going to be kind of creepy, it's going to be scary, but that's what they're all about, and it works.
Of course.
Again, unfortunately, first time I heard Last Caress was, in fact, a Metallica version. But...
Well, nice. And I'm not going to say God bless, but, bless them, I guess, for putting out that double.
If it wasn't,
those covers,
if it wasn't for
some
Garage
of those were
Inc.
awesome, and they got to all sorts of people that didn't know about
that's
it.
Awesome.
If it wasn't for Garage Inc., I wouldn't have gotten it.
And fuck, dude, I still jam to that. I still have my CDs, so I still jam to that.
It's not a bad cover. It's just if you're gonna get into it, listen to the original.
I mean, that's interesting how you said that.
It's a good gateway.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, a big gateway, and I can understand that. Me personally, it wasn't. I didn't hear those. before hearing Misfits themselves,
Right.
but I could completely comprehend.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people get
Well, it's
into that
like
shit.
like that. I had never heard Nick Cave and the Bad Seed before I listened to that
Before
album.
of course.
And then-
they covered them.
Yeah.
They covered a shit ton of Motorhead too,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think they did great by Motorhead, whether it be Overkill. They did
Sure.
Overkill,
Yeah.
you know, of course, and
Like I got more into Queen after listening to that album because I didn't
Oh.
realize that they did Stone Cold Crazy.
Stone Cold
first.
Crazy, and that's a heavy song
Yeah,
for
yes,
Queen too. That's a
absolutely.
thrashing
Yeah.
song.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just like, holy shit, Freddie Mercury did that first? Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let's check that shit
That
out.
is, being a huge Queen fan,
Right.
that is a heavy song for them. That's
Queen
right
is
on.
very
yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
Right
absolutely.
on.
Man. But
So,
Last
yeah.
Caress, my number 5, man.
Last Caress.
You know, if
Yeah.
I had to, be on an island, I suppose that would be one of the fucking songs.
One of your
There's so many,
five.
so many, but Last Caress, I'll spit that
yes.
one out there.
Yes,
That's
great
great.
great song.
Excellent
All right.
choice.
Yes.
Right.
All right, so my number 5 in our top 5, Misfits list. We'll go right into it. We wish every day was this, and that is Halloween.
Fucking A,
Fucking
man.
Halloween.
Dude, I didn't put that. Dude, okay.
Here's my
Awesome.
question though:
Awesome.
Is it Halloween 1
It's
or Halloween
one.
2?
Yeah.
It's one.
Because Halloween 2 just scares the fuck out of
Halloween
me.
2 is a lot different than Halloween
Because there's
1,
like
yeah.
all it is just speaking in Latin, and I don't know if I'm going to conjure a demon while I'm driving down the road and I play it. I've watched Evil Dead
God,
enough times.
Halloween's a great.
If
But
you're
yeah,
listening
that's
to
good.
it on
I did not have
vinyl,
it
which
on there.
some people are, you're turning that shit backwards, and it's just the devil speaking to you. So
That's awesome. That's
So-
a great song, dude.
yeah, Halloween.
Great song.
Yeah,
It's
It's-
badass.
of course it's Danzig era, and
Yeah.
of course it's if you take somebody who was a huge Elvis fan and you
Sure.
put them like with horror movies and shit, you get Glenn Danzig.
Fucking A,
and
man.
fucking you start with Halloween.
Dude.
Halloween, what a great song. God, man.
Evil Elvis, man. That's
Evil Elvis.
Yeah.
And
the
he
best.
did, of course he did, he's doing covers. He's doing
Yeah.
a covers album.
Well, right.
So.
I mean, like, I was just listening to Thrall Demon Sweat live, and one of the songs is Evil, which I believe Elvis did
Elvis
first.
did that song,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I mean, go figure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
Halloween was always one of those, like, I dig Halloween, but
Mhm.
I'll admit, like, in my early 20s, when I watched way too much shit late at night, I would not play in Halloween 2. Like, as soon as I heard that first, like, beat, I was like, shit. I don't know, man.
Like as Danzig is singing it.
Well,
I
fuck is Hootie
remember
and the Blowfish.
Halloween.
Well, it's like they're, I think it's Danzig 4, like the hidden track is just
Yeah.
him speaking Latin again. I
Yeah.
won't play that. Like, I wouldn't
Yeah.
back then. Like, now I don't give a shit. But back then, I'm like,
You're
I'm going to
definitely
conjure
not
a
playing
demon
that
that's going to rip my
backwards.
butthole out. I'm not doing this.
All right, well, that is my
Damn it,
number
Danzig, you
5.
brought hell on earth.
Halloween, number 5.
Oh,
Yeah,
Halloween.
number 5. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I did not have that on
Absolutely.
the list, weirdly.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
Surprising.
Well, we got so
No
many to
shit.
choose from.
I know.
So,
That's
yeah.
it was long, excruciating type of decisions.
Yeah.
Fuck
Well, that's what
everything.
makes it our list, man. That's
No
what makes it our
shit.
list.
I
Yeah.
love that, man. Good one. Halloween.
Yeah.
All right,
dude.
I will move us on to the number 4. This, technically, number 4, this is the very first Misfits song I ever heard.
All right.
I had a buddy in high school that was big into Fits. He handed me a cassette tape that he had made. And he's just like, listen to this. And the first song that came up was my number 4, which is Where Eagles Dare.
Nice.
Just
That's
nice.
a great song.
It's
That's a great
quintessential. I mean, when you think of the Misfits, you don't think of somebody that you could put on a commercial, but there is a Sailor Jerry commercial
I
now.
remember
yeah.
that commercial
Yep, Sailor
because
Jerry, yeah.
every
And it's
time
like-
it'll come on, I'm like, dude, that's a Misfits.
Yeah.
And it's
I
like, how
remember
can
that.
you play this
I
song
remember
on
that.
on television?
How long ago was that? If it's 4
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a
Something
couple
like that,
years
3?
ago.
Yeah, a couple
Yeah,
years
a couple
ago.
years ago,
But
that
it's like,
was Sailor
that's one of those songs you're like, you can't play that on the radio. You can't play that on TV, but they play it
There
just
it is,
enough
yeah.
so you don't
Yeah,
hear
there's
it.
a little
Is
snippet.
that the Misfits? I remember that.
Hey,
That's
Yeah.
great you brought that up. What a
And-
great song.
It's
Yeah.
such a badass song. I'll never forget. I know you guys probably aren't into like World of Warcraft. I'm not either. But there was somebody made a video where there was something. Okay, I'm gonna elaborate a little. So in the game, it's an online RPG.
right.
Some girl had like died of leukemia or something. It was really fucked up and sad. But what they
Right.
had done is her character was still alive in the game.
In the game.
So
Right.
her mother like left the game on, and like as a remembrance they made like a memorial to her in the game, and like people were there. And, it's funny now, but it's funny now until I tell the next part, or it's
Yeah.
sad now until I tell the next part.
Until the next part.
So,
God.
what happened next in the game, there's a group called the Horde. They're the bad guys. You know, like orcs and like just scary shit. Okay?
Right.
So in game, they're having this huge memorial for this dead girl. Her, you know, her avatar is still there and everything. Somebody queued up on their, like, because, you know, you have the voice chat and everything. They queued up Where Eagles Dare.
Nice.
And they just, like, hundreds of these people in the Horde just came and ransacked the funeral and just killed everybody. It's really sad, but really funny.
I guess if you're gonna do it,
serious fucking fiends right
I mean,
there.
just annihilated them while Where Eagles Dare was playing. Like, holy shit!
They're like, no. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just gutting people left and right.
That really happened?
That really. We'll have to look up.
Christ.
Somebody made a YouTube video.
Okay,
We'll have
I'm gonna
to
check that out. That's
We'll bring it up in between.
That's probably
episodes.
one of the most heaviest things I've ever fucking heard in my life.
My friend told me about it. I watched it. I about peed my pants. I was laughing so hard.
That's horrible, but like you said,
It's like that's pretty funny.
well, they airplayed it on the thing and they
Yep.
Wow. I'll never hear that song the same again. Wow.
Jesus.
Just like orcs and like dragons attacking people. It's like holy shit.
It's a World of Warcraft like mosh pit.
Yeah,
much, you know.
pretty much.
So,
Dude, great song, man.
Yeah, great song too.
Great song.
Again, classic Danzig, you know, with Glenn. So you can't go wrong with that. And
I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, I ain't no goddamn son of a bitch. What kind of
Fucking A.
And then I was like, yeah, okay.
I'm not either.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not.
you know, talking about lyrics and stuff like that to these songs, you know, they're very punk. When I was a kid, my dad was getting, you know, and trying to get me into music, and I was into AC/DC, and he got me into Zeppelin and Sabbath.
Right.
But I was like, I love the music, but I really don't care about the lyrics right now. My dad's like, listen to the lyrics.
Sure.
I'm just like, I'm not ready, you know, I'm not ready to listen to the lyrics right now. I just want to jam. So, you know, when I got older, I was all about, you know, pulling the song apart, listening to the lyrics, and
like my parents were hippies, so they weren't into punk. My parents are like kind of like, oh, we like everything. We're cool with whatever you're into, but this punk's just kind of weird. Like, you know, they listen to the Ramones. They're like, this isn't good. I'm like,
Buffalo Springfield.
Like my mom's favorite band is Led Zeppelin, and I can respect that. That's great.
Right on,
but it's like, you know, I started playing like the Ramones, the Misfits, and she's just like, you're really into this now? Like, this doesn't really sound like music. I'm like,
well, kind of like hippies.
Whatever.
Punk, you know, is, well, hippies weren't against, well, they were against the establishment, but just a different way.
Sure.
The punk was just like, against, you know, the man or whatever. So
mainstream,
exactly. Like, and hardcore as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And punk obviously influenced hardcore a lot, too.
Right.
So.
But if any Misfits song would be like an anthem, Where Eagles Dare would be an anthem.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
It's a great anthem.
It's a great song. It's you know what it is as soon as that fucking track hits.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
As soon as that shit hits, it goes all the way through.
Yeah, drums kick in, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Now I'm gonna think of
What the? That's so fucking.
You're just gonna play that video.
And they're just running, man. Like they got swords. They're just like charging down the field.
That's crazy.
Pretty much.
Wow. That's
we're gonna watch.
Telling me that.
We might even have to just like send a link
Play
on this to the video.
We'll put this on the page. It's like, hey, check this out too. Get with it.
So horrible.
It's so funny.
Oh, geez.
All right, Oh, it's awesome. Number four. Number 4. All right.
Moving right along.
So back to you,
All
Mr.
right.
Brock, with your number 4.
This is again some Danzig era. Okay, I don't know if you guys see my little chicken scratch here. Mind you, we all don't need this. We're all big fans of the Misfits, obviously. Had to write them down just so my brain don't keep moving on a number 4.
Right.
I got We Are 138, man.
Oh, that almost made my list.
And it did not. See, Halloween didn't do mine.
Yeah.
So we could switch right there almost.
See, this is the thing that surprised me. We haven't had any crossovers yet. Like,
no.
It's still pretty
We
clear.
haven't. Not right now.
I'm gonna sound like the square of the group, but I have always wondered what the hell is the meaning of that. What the hell is 138?
We are 138.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's talk about it. That's
because when my friend first heard that song, he thought it was "We All Are Dirty Apes," and he was like, "That makes sense. That sounds like a cool song." I'm like, "Dude, it's 138." He's like, "What's that mean?" I'm like, "I don't know." He's like, "Okay."
Maybe it's kind of like an inside thing. Maybe only the band gets. I've heard other bands do that. Like for an example, Stone Sour, Corey Taylor. they wrote a song called 30-30-150, and everybody's like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Sure.
And the video that they did for it, they were going to pull it off MTV because like he wouldn't tell what it meant.
Mm-hmm.
It's because 30-30-150 is like his pant size and shit.
Sure.
And it's his thing about himself, and that's what it was.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, you know, like 187 is like code for like murder.
But,
So I'm like, what's a 138? Is that like you bend somebody over and like
I'm gonna 138 you.
it's like, you know, it's Misfits. So I wouldn't doubt that it's like, you know, like rape or something really.
You know, I really
necrophilia maybe. I don't know.
I really don't know. As many years as I've heard that song,
As many times I've listened to it.
It's just a thought-provoking question. Yeah. Hey, listeners, if you know what the 138 is,
again, I want comments. You know, if like you guys, if you're listening to this, you're like, you guys are dumbasses.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
You call yourself a Misfits fan, you don't know what 138 means. I'm like, God damn it.
I'm not gonna lie. I really did think he said we are, you know, 38. You know,
he said that, and I was like, that almost makes the song make more sense in my eyes.
to be honest with you, it makes a lot of sense after 26 PBRs.
Yeah. Well, you know, it could be like a reference to, like, I don't know, Planet of the Apes.
I don't know. It's really
Planet
weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
138. You know.
That's I've heard bands cover it too. And
Sure.
It's just like the band Trivium, they covered it. And
Right.
It's a decent
What does
cover.
it mean? I don't know.
Like,
actually, I got my phone here. I'm gonna look it up while we're sitting here. Just so I don't look like a complete idiot. Yeah. But it is a great song.
138, you know, it's heavy to me. It's a heavy blast fucking song, man.
Yeah.
Really
it's
good
fast,
shit.
of course,
Absolutely.
They all are. But,
And he just himself delivers it as a vocalist on that song. The whole band is just kicking on it.
Oh yeah, the
It's
band's
some
on
good
fire.
shit.
Yeah,
it's really good shit. And now we're talking about it, which I've thought before. I had to have. I don't know what the fuck it means.
Holy shit! Wait a minute.
Oh god, and we're back. He knows what it means.
It's about games.
No, okay. Well, this is according to Reddit.
Okay.
Misfits song "We Are 138" is about Hermann Goering at the Nuremberg trial.
Nice.
Wow.
So, okay, he only said it's about violence. Glenn never actually said what the song was about. He only said it's about violence. People have been taking that to mean several things, like 138 is a police code for something. It's not. Or the movie THX 1138.
Okay.
But I think that the song means something different. It's about Nazi leader Hermann Goering.
Right.
First off, Danzig has said in the past that he studied a lot about Nazi Germany. So Gustav Gilbert was a psychologist that was assigned to interview all the defendants at the Nuremberg trial. He gave all of them IQ tests in which Goering scored a 138.
Right on.
Oh, okay.
So,
there you go.
Who knows?
Well, thank you for that.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Now I might know so much like a drunkard poser.
All right.
I'm just going to keep saying it's Dirty Apes when I'm drunk.
138, man. That was my number 4. Awesome information there.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Maybe they didn't as well.
I'm kind of the
cool.
facts you might not have known guy on the podcast.
That's pretty awesome. That's great, man. That's awesome.
And this is why, it's our list, and, you know, it's, we learn and shit. So
and it doesn't matter. It's still a fucking great song.
And it makes us entertaining, too. The fact that we didn't know that.
No, I
and
had
then we Googled it. That's fucking entertaining.
Thank you, Google.
That's awesome. Awesome. My number 4, man, 138.
Number 4, 138.
Right
now
on.
that it's just like jamming through my head.
I know.
It's just like, I'm like, playing air drums on it. So.
Yeah. I can think about apes and Nazis now.
An IQ test.
With this little mustache.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's awesome, man.
All right. Yeah, go for it.
All right, so my number 4, top 5 Misfits songs is, this is another one that I jam to, and I used to just put headphones on when I had my drums. I would just jam along to the track, and I turned into a Martian.
Oh, man.
It's a great song. It's
Classic
such a sing-along song, you know what I mean? Again,
That-
it's Glenn, and it's classic. But
Any song that Glenn Danzig gets an excuse to put the whoa in is
Yeah.
always great. I'm like,
whoa. I had a friend one time. It's like he was talking about punk. He's like, punk. It's like, that's not any music. All they do is go whoa.
Oh, fuck it.
I'm like, dude.
No.
But they make it awesome.
It's very awesome.
well, right,
They
because
do
you
it.
got that, and then you got like Night of the Living Dead, where it's like the background.
You ever had, when you're listening to a tune like that, more likely a Danzig tune, Misfits, and you ever hit that note? perfectly.
Right.
And it's always in your car by yourself.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
If you tell somebody about it, you're like, dude, you're just
Yeah, you
smoking
sing
grass.
again. This goes back to
great, man.
right after 26 PBRs, you sound great, but it always comes back to where you're in the car by yourself.
Right.
And you hit that.
It's
You
just
hit that
like,
note.
only when I have the flu can I sing like Rob Zombie. You know, it's just certain situations. I guess. I can sound like Bon Scott when I'm on the toilet. When I got the flu, I can sound like Rob Zombie.
That's awesome. Oh man!
So
great song.
You heard it here first. He has 2 cover bands.
That's awesome. Fucking awesome song. Though,
Yeah, great
very
song.
sing along.
By the way, the cover
really
band
is.
for the Rob Zombie, the cover band would be called Flula.
Wow. That's awesome.
Now the video would be you like what, driving the Dragula?
Driving the Dragula, throwing up as I'm doing it.
It's just got like vomit all over it.
Oh. Hey, if we had the means,
He's got his leg up.
if we had the means to fund all your ideas, God, we'd be awesome.
We might be up there with ICP, making some money.
There you go.
Like we were talking about earlier on the podcast.
We were actually, yeah.
And we'll drink nothing but Fanta.
Or PBR.
Bringing that back.
PBR. No, it's PBR and Fanta mixed
See,
together.
we're gonna mix that together and shake that.
Fuck yeah.
It'll be
I'll be
disgusting,
going up
but
on
we'll
the side
get
with
people
you.
into it.
Awesome song though, man.
Yeah.
That was not on my
on
list.
your top 5.
Yeah,
We'll see,
it
like I
was
said,
not.
man. that's-
Surprisingly, it was not mine either.
Yeah, that's a really good song.
Let's
Again, the Misfits have so many good songs, though, you can get away with it.
No,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, dude, if you look at my honorable mentions when we get there,
Sure.
eventually, you know,
Actually,
you'll
now,
see. I mean,
now that I think about it, I don't think there's a Misfits song I don't like. Like, there's stuff I'm not as big of a fan
Sure.
of, but nothing
Sure.
I'm like, this
Yeah.
sucks, I'm flipping
yeah.
it.
Yeah, no, nothing. Yeah,
It's one of those
I agree with
bands
you.
you
Yeah.
keep it in rotation when it's playing.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, it's like, or you get on that one song that's like, oh, yeah, and then there's this song with that repeats, you know, whatever, so,
Right.
yeah.
I have a feeling
Absolutely.
I'll be driving home tonight listening to, like, Collection 2 on the way.
Oh, dude, yeah. I was jamming to Misfits and, you know, Danzig today,
Mhm.
and, you know, earlier, and it's just like, I still get goosebumps.
Oh, yeah.
Like, listen, like, oh, yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, that was my number 4.
That's your number 4. We're
Yeah.
moving
It's a
on
good
to
number
number
4, man.
3. My number 3, again, I'm going to shoot back to the Michael Graves era.
Michael Graves, hell yeah.
My favorite song on the album, Fiend Club.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
And it was like, again, because my first book I ever wrote, and I never got it published, so don't even try looking for it online. I titled it Fiend Club, but like that song just like resonated with me. I'd like hear the lyrics and I'd jam to it. I'd make like mixed CDs, and that would always be like the hidden track on it.
Yeah.
And it was
on the
cool. I
soundtrack.
mean, he's just talking about like fans, really.
Yeah, and so when I heard it, you know, for the first time, I was like, why didn't they record it earlier? Why didn't they do it with Glenn? Like,
Sure.
why didn't they record that
Well, I
song
don't-
back in the day?
Yeah, I don't know if it was one that they wrote just for that album or what.
Right. So, but it just made total sense. It's
It
an
was-
awesome song.
Right, it's
Yeah.
an awesome song. It's not as like dark as some of the
No,
Glenn Danzig
no.
stuff is, so maybe that's why we didn't get something like that. But it's still cool.
It's about their fans, and
Yeah.
you know, let's face it, Misfits fans. You know, they're hardcore fans.
and evil all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's a cool song.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
cool
great
number
song.
3.
Yes, and Michael Graves
That-
is awesome.
That's a good question
Yeah.
too. Why they didn't, release that earlier.
Yeah,
I understand that.
I don't know. It could have been vaulted. It could have been due to copyright or something.
Sure.
Because Glenn, you know, might have wrote, and maybe it just didn't exist. Who knows?
Yeah, I actually
But-
ended up like I'm still trying to rewrite Fiend Club. It's now called Fiends, just so I don't get away. I don't get like I don't want Glenn Danzig like getting down on me like, hey, you owe me money. Like, God damn it. Because I mean, don't get me wrong,
PBR, man, he'll
Yeah.
take it.
dude. Danzig's awesome, but he's kind of a dick when it comes to copyrights
Well,
and stuff.
he can be very. I don't even think of the word or term I want to use, but he'll fight people. You know, he gets very like you've seen him in video and shows or
Yeah.
whatever. Where he'll try to fight fans or photographers or whatever. So it's
That's
like,
fucking pretty weird, man. You
Yeah.
know, but it's very aware of that
Yeah.
for many years, and it's sad, but he's fucking Danzig. You know, he's done his thing for X amount of years.
He
you know.
Sure.
has, yeah.
I mean, he's got the credit. where credit's
has,
due. So
yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna talk bad about the guy. It's just
No.
I also don't want to piss him off. So,
Right.
You know,
so Mr. Danzig, if you're listening, we're nothing but the utmost respect.
Oh no, he's like I said, amazing artist. You know,
Yeah.
he's always looked up to him. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
That's a good number 3.
But yeah,
Good number
definitely,
3.
yeah.
Right on.
Even though they did it, like I said, later on.
Sure.
Amazing song. I love Graves, and
Oh,
Graves is a very underrated singer.
Really, like I've listened to his solo stuff. It's really good.
His solo stuff is banging. Like
Yeah.
he's done just straight acoustic,
Mhm.
stuff, and then he's done punk stuff, and then he's done some kind of metalish stuff too.
He's got a really good voice. Like if you're gonna
voice.
take anything from the Graves era, just get into Michael Graves.
Yeah, go and search out all his shit.
Yeah.
You know.
And Paul McPeak, if you're gonna start talking shit about Michael Graves, I'm going to come to Columbus and beat your
Hey,
ass.
I will fight somebody for that
I will fight
because Graves is legit.
I will have a buck naked sword fight with you in downtown Columbus over Michael Graves.
As we were playing Spin the Bottle or whatever we were doing with only your shoes on, your chucks. So
Yeah.
I'll leave the chucks on.
Yeah, they don't know what we're talking about there.
I'd rather not elaborate. I'd rather not elaborate.
Oh God.
Fiend Club, man.
Fiend Club,
Anyway,
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome.
Back to you, bro.
Mr. Brock.
Let's see here. My number 3. I don't want to say it's. I don't know. I had to put it at number 3, I guess, because you put it at number 1 or number 5. What do you do? So I
Just
put it at
hard
number 3.
placement, right?
Fucking Die, My Darling.
Oh,
man.
another classic.
Oh,
Classic.
man. You know?
Dude, actually, it's really funny because
You can
that's
put that on a fucking ice cream truck and kids will still come running, dude.
that's my number 1. So
Right
we
on,
just had a
man.
mix up. We
Right
had
on.
like a double.
So
So
we got
That's your one?
that was the
Yep.
first one. So
Die, My Darling is like just one of those that as I'm driving down the road, even if the song's over, I'm still in my car going, Die, Die!
Yeah, man. Dude, it's such an awesome song to me. That was probably one of the first Let's Go 5 songs I heard from Misfits.
Yeah.
Just because the play it's had, you know, how it hits, you know, it's just, you know, that wham, 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 wham. I mean, that's, it like you said, it sticks in your head, man. Again, if I ever, which is one of my dreams, fuck the death metal shit.
Yeah.
I want an ice cream truck.
It says Die, My Darling.
I'm gonna play that when I get to the fucking little circle, man. Right there with all the kids. It's a great song.
Classic,
Classic, man.
Classic.
The imagery that always came along with that song,
Yeah.
the way they perform it, it's just fucking classic.
Dude, that intro, that dun dun
Yeah,
dun,
man.
dun with the drums and all that, dude,
Yeah.
that's iconic.
The feedback.
The
The
feedback.
feedback is just, it's like,
Yeah,
great
and even
song,
the
you know?
guitar work, the deep deep.
Yeah.
Deep, it sounds
Can you
like
hear it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
deep, 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 deep.
It's great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it sounds like you're in a hospital
It's
bed or
great.
something. Yeah,
It's
it's
great.
The best way I can explain why I love the song is like a lot of times I'll hear a song and it's like, I don't know if you remember, there was a movie called Dirty Work. With,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
okay.
yeah.
There's a scene in it where Chris Farley's in it and they're getting into a bar fight. And he's like,
Oh.
and he goes, he goes up to the jukebox. He's like, I'm gonna put on D7 Street Fight Man and starts playing Pina Colada. But that whole concept, like when I saw it, I was like, yeah, what would my fight song be? And like Die, My Darling would be like up there. Like I would totally get in a fight to that song.
Dude, that's a great.
Break a bottle over somebody's
Dude,
head.
I was just gonna say that you just fucking shatter the bottle in the bar and you just
Stab 'em.
yeah.
Great song, man. I believe it. You know, you can have so many things you can elaborate on with that song.
Yeah,
it's just
absolutely.
always been there for me. One of the first songs I ever learned from the Misfits, of course.
Really?
Yeah. So it was real easy. You could go play that anywhere, and someone will be like, "Okay, cool, fuck it."
Yeah, I feel like,
Cool
well,
song.
it's like, dude, like, we'll play this cover. People be like, whether they're raising a beer or whatever,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
covering it,
It's a good song.
Even
yeah.
people that don't like Misfits know Die, My Darling.
Exactly.
It's their number one song, in my opinion. Like, okay, if you think Slayer, you think, okay, South of Heaven. You think Raining Blood, I think, obviously, is the first one. That's what everybody knows, but... that's theirs.
It's a good one, man.
It is.
Real quick, us haven't been around from the same town, same areas.
Yeah.
Knowing a lot of the same cats. Shout out to Joey Jones, man. We first started hanging out.
Yeah, Joey. Definitely.
Joey Jones, man. He's got the original. I mean, it's fucking gray. It's like gray now. It's not black. It's almost white.
What's
you know,
that?
it's the Die, My Darling, and it was his brothers, and I just remember getting, you know, just hanging out and partying and listening to Misfits and shit like that, man. You know, it's just a great great song. Like you said, you think of Misfits, you could definitely think of that song. You don't like it, you'll like that song.
That's the perfect gateway song. You know exactly what you're getting into. You know, boom, it's what? Is it even 2 minutes long?
Probably not.
Right.
You know,
it's like a minute 29, I think.
You know, and holy shit, the way Doyle, like, his fucking picking
hand
was going on that song. I remember watching them playing that live when he was up there. And it's just like, okay, he's playing like 2 chords, but goddamn, look at that picking hand. Like, it's like going so fast.
It's actually funny. I have my friend in high school was like one of these guys. He was like a metal purist. Like, if it didn't have a guitar solo, he's like, this is shit.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
You know, like, as soon as Metallica did Load, he's like, it's the worst band ever. Fuck them. Like, they're not good anymore.
Well, he still had fucking solos, though.
Right. But he still hated them.
Right.
But, like, it was funny because I got into Misfits. He's like, you're into punk now? That's just the worst. And then I played Die Die My Darling. Like, well, this song's all right. I was like, yeah, because it's Die Die My Darling.
That fucking picking hand, that guitar picking hand, yeah.
Great song, man. That would be, I had to put it, I guess, at number 3.
It's a good choice, though.
Yeah,
it's
man.
a great song.
You know, great song.
And talking about Joey, I want to give a shout out to him. Joey's awesome. Hope to eventually get him on the podcast, whether it's, you guys together or just Joey coming on or whatever.
That'd be awesome.
He'd like it, man. It should be really cool.
But, if it wasn't for Joey, like, he got me into Hatebreed. He played me the first Hatebreed album. We were, like, I think we were out, like, cruising around. Maybe we were going up to Magnolia.
Sure.
And he's like, he put it in my CD player in the car, and he's like, hey, check this band out. So I was like, fuck is this shit? And I wasn't really familiar with hardcore, but it's like, as soon as Perseverance came out, one got it.
Yeah,
He made me like a mixtape with like Bolt Thrower and shit on there. I've never heard of Bolt Thrower.
Bolt Thrower, great band.
But yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it got me, hardcore into that. So
he's definitely got that. That shirt is pretty fucking old, man. Mm-hmm. Really old shirt. I've always admired that shirt. and it stayed in his family for a while now, and it, I see the reprints and waterbeds and shit. Every time I see it, I'm like, I know. Mm-hmm. I know somebody who's got one of those motherfuckers on the first hit.
Original ones, yeah.
Die Die My Darling, dude, is my number 3 on my list.
And my number 1?
You're number 1. All right.
So now to your number 3.
All right. So my number 3 is, we're kind of going back to Hatebreed, and this is how they came up with their song. We're going to go fucking number 3 with Hatebreeders.
Oh, God,
fucking
dude.
Hatebreeders.
Love
that song so much.
It was a fight between Die Die My Darling and Hatebreeders. Sure. It's not on my list because I was thinking of something else for my number 2, but God, I love that song.
Yeah, and then even Hatebreed covered it on their covers album.
Oh, now I gotta go check that out.
It's a good jam.
I love that song. Again, like, my first experience with that song was on Collection 2.
Yeah.
Collection 1 had, like, more of the older stuff. Collection 2 was, like, second round. But, like, Hatebreeders was, like, the first song on that. I was like, okay, this wails.
Yeah.
And it does.
Again, that picking hand, and it has the whoa, has the sing-along song. It's a fucking badass song, and it's fast. So.
I used to play it, like, when I worked at my summer camp back in my 20s. I would play that, and, like, I'd try to, like, edit shit out so kids wouldn't, like, hear the F word and stuff. Yeah. I didn't even care.
Fuck that shit.
Like, dude, this
episode is sponsored by fuck.
Yeah.
Do it right all the fucking time.
Fuck yeah.
Thumbs up. Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, like, back in the day, I could play Chutes and Ladders off of Korn's first album. That's the only song I could play. That's the only song that I say fuck on. So it's like...
Hatebreeders, man, awesome song.
I love that song. That's a great jam. Song. Again, I put my headphones on and play along to that on drums or whatever and just jam out. But yeah, great jam.
Next stop, Annihilation.
Hell yeah, man.
Fucking A.
It's definitely good shit, man. Again, I'm hearing a lot of older classic Misfits tunes.
Yeah.
Between us right now. I'm sure it's a lot like that with a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, I threw in, like, the Michael Graves era because it was inspiring to me. Like, it was the first album of the Fits I owned. So, I mean, it has its moments with me.
Absolutely.
Even though I love Danzig Misfits more. And more iconic songs, but I got to give them some credit.
Those two, like I said, those 2 records are banging. I still own Mike Graves records. So.
Absolutely.
So hell yeah.
All right, so we're at my number 2. I already did my number 1, but my number 2 is funny because it's kind of related to Richard's. Teenagers from Mars.
Teenagers from Mars, all right.
Again, one of those, like, the first time I heard it, I was like, I might get into this band. Okay. And like the version I had was on Collection 1, where like you can hear a producer come up, was like, "We're rolling Teenagers from Mars and Children of Heat." Take one.
Hell
like,
yeah, man.
Okay, and then it jams. I'm like, all right, this is cool.
Right, Teenagers from Mars.
Yeah.
Well, and I think you had actually told me this. God, maybe it was a couple years ago or whatever. We were talking about Misfits just casually, but you told me it's like, dude, how could you not relate to Teenager from Mars?
Shit.
Yeah.
It's like the title, just being a teenager growing up,
Sure.
getting into metal and punk and shit.
And the fact that he's like, what was like at one point he says something about the insemination of little girls. Like, yeah, that's what a teenager's thinking about 9 times out of 10.
Everybody.
I'm from another planet and I just want to have sex with every cute girl I see. Yeah, that's a teenager.
And I don't care. And I don't care.
Dude, we're 35 and 36. That's
I
what
still
I'm
think the
about
same. Not little girls. Not little girls.
Yeah, we'll keep
Not
that
into
part
that.
out. Yeah, we'll
Mars either. I've come found out.
18 and above and strictly from Venus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Those Mars chicks are crazy.
I read about it in a book.
Nice, man. Nice. Great song, dude.
Yeah.
That as well did not make my list.
Yeah.
Like, it's so hard, dude. You could have put a big billboard, man.
Sure.
And just
Yeah.
write the songs on there from every era, every singer, you know.
Yeah.
You could have done that all day. But,
Yeah.
dude, I mean, don't best believe, I was listening to that earlier today.
Oh, right on,
Yeah.
right on.
You know,
No.
just didn't make the list just because I didn't write it
But
down.
that's a
Great
good-
fucking song.
That's a
dude.
good thing.
What was that? What was that? Walk Among Us? What was that off of? What was that
I'll
off
have to
of?
look.
I think it might be on Earth AD.
Was it Earth AD?
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
it
Earth
is on Earth
Yeah,
AD.
great
Earth
album
AD.
cover.
Oh,
You
yeah.
could, you could put all of Earth AD as one, like
Sure.
one on your
Or
list.
like
that whole album,
Static Age. Yeah.
Static
Yeah,
Age,
man, all that
with
shit,
everything on it.
So much shit. So
Right
much
on.
shit. Yeah, great
amazing
song,
shit.
man. And to be honest with you, I haven't really listened to the Misfits in probably about a year.
Mhm.
Like, actually,
Yeah.
put them on the spin, man, and jam it out till this
Mhm.
morning. It was really refreshing to do so.
When you can take time
You
off
know what I
or whatever,
mean?
and you put that shit back in after a
really
while.
refreshing.
Yeah,
dude. Really
it's like,
refreshing.
oh, why have I not listened to
Hey,
this?
you know
in a
shit, man.
while?
What is wrong with
Yeah.
me?
Just great shit. They got a great catalog, man. It's good
Yeah.
stuff.
It was
Yeah,
when
that's
I worked
really
at
cool
Abercrombie, and they'd be like, "You're gonna go to replenishment," which was a lot of just running around and throwing boxes into bins. I would purposely pull my iPod out and crank Fits and
Yeah.
just jam
It's
because
just good jamming fast.
you can just
music
listen to the entire album
Yeah.
and never change and be like, "All right, I'm still going like full speed. I'm good."
Put it on repeat. There you go.
Yeah, as you know, other bands, you'd be like, "All right, this song jams." No, I'm gonna slow down. No, Misfits don't slow
Yeah.
down.
Just kicks you right in the
Yeah,
teeth.
definitely.
That's
yeah,
a good
put on
song.
the list.
Yeah.
That one's heavy.
Ah,
Right on.
Such good shit, man.
All right.
So that was your number
That was
two,
my number
right?
2.
So we're on number 2 right now.
Number 2 on your list. Sir.
Okay,
Mr. Brock.
I do got a couple jotted down. Mine was number 2, Where Eagles Dare.
Okay.
Right on.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and say fucking Attitude.
All right.
for my
Oh,
number 2,
attitude.
man.
All right.
You know,
I got a great story about it.
Let's hear it.
Uh-oh.
Great
Okay.
song. I love the song.
Yeah.
It kicks. It's
Uh-huh.
fucking, again, man.
Yeah.
classic
Great
Misfits.
vocals by dancing.
Absolutely.
You can really hear
Absolutely.
the Elvis.
Yeah,
Elvis
yeah.
and
Oh,
Elvis
yeah.
in there
He's
and
awesome.
Totally.
Yeah.
No, this is a real funny one because a guy I worked with again at the summer camp. It's so funny because he's like a school teacher now, and he's all like upper crust and like wears glasses. He's kind of nerdy school teacher guy. Like I got him kind of into the Fits. I let him borrow Collection 2, and Attitudes on that. And I remember he listened to it, and he was like, I was listening to that, and I realized that it's very much. He's like, I pictured the music video in my head. I was like, all right, dude, go. And he's like, literally, it's like somebody is at a job, and their boss tells them to come in to like the office and have a seat because he has to talk to him about his performance. And the boss just turns around and just starts screaming Danzig's lyrics to him. You got some fucking attitude.
That's awesome.
I was like, that's
We
pretty
gotta
cool.
make a music video.
I want to
of
try to
that
make
now.
that music video now.
We gotta take
Like-
Office Space and like put
Exactly.
that-
Oh my
put the
god,
music
that'd be
to that.
perfect. It's like he said, like literally, it's like the boss is wearing a suit and tie, and it looks like prim and proper, and then he just starts jamming like Danzig lyrics and like jumping
He,
on the
grabs
table
him
and
or something.
screaming
Yeah.
at him and stuff.
It's
It's
an
like,
awesome song, man. You
Yeah.
you can say that about yourself, someone else.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's universally fucking cool.
Yeah.
I had to switch to number 2. You said Where Eagles Dare, which is a fucking awesome
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
I had that jotted down. That one, as
Yeah.
soon as it hits, man.
Attitude,
This any
yeah.
Misfits song, as soon as they hit, you know it's fucking Misfits.
Absolutely.
Oh, Danzig. But Attitude was such a fucking killer song.
Well,
man.
and it went along with them too, and the punk attitude
Absolutely,
or whatever. So yeah, it was
absolutely.
perfect. It was perfect. So
Good
hell
shit,
yeah,
man. I really
two.
like that one, man. It was a good song.
It's a solid song, man.
Yeah,
Great song, man.
I literally want to see, like, we should dress Richard in a suit and tie, like, hiding his tattoos and everything. And, like, you just have some guy, like, all, like, messy and nasty, and he's, like, sitting
Just
in the
like
chair.
grab,
And he, like, looking prim and proper for a second, and then, like, just tear the shirt open and just, like, jump and, like, grab the guy by his throat and start singing it. It'd be so funny.
Got the Joker in a double lock wig. And
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That'd be so sweet.
That'd be sweet.
Or, like, your hair's slicked, right? But then as soon as the song hits, like,
Flip
you're like,
it out,
this,
man.
flip it
Yeah.
out.
That's gonna be my number 2. We've had a couple crossovers so far.
So far.
Well, I figured there would be.
Oh, yeah,
I was
absolutely.
surprised it took so long to when
True,
we got down there, but
There's a lot of great ones.
so
You know,
many.
a lot of great ones. So we're definitely gonna have some different stuff.
Right
I
on.
switched that one to number 2.
All right.
Attitude.
All right, so then we'll go to me, I suppose. We'll do number 2.
I can't
Misfits.
see your list. I want to. I'm ready. I've not seen your fucking list at all.
Well, obviously we haven't put it on the list so far. I don't know which number 1 is, but I'm gonna go with Skulls because I think it's a
Nice.
great
That's it,
sing along.
man.
It's a little slower,
That's
but it's a great sing along.
It's the closest to a love song that the Misfits ever got.
Right.
well,
Until the later years.
until Graves.
Sure,
But yeah,
sure.
that was a good.
Yeah, like Saturday Night's totally a love song.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
but no, that song, it's like as romantic as Danzig ever got.
And Saturday Night actually almost made my list.
That's a
was
great
really-
song too.
And then I was like, no,
You gotta go with Skulls.
We'll go Skulls. We'll go a little more classic. So
God,
yeah, we'll
that's
still
an
say
awesome song,
yeah,
man.
Skulls.
It's great, yeah.
And I was very happy when I saw them with Doyle and they
played
played
Skulls?
Skulls. Yeah, they did play Skulls.
Very
so,
cool.
So I was
Simple.
Like, Sweet.
It's a simple
song.
and the way it's put together. Again, the lyrics.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great shit, man. Like I say, hack the heads off little girls.
Mhm.
I mean, that's
Put
fucking
them on my wall.
fucking sexy.
So romantic. Yeah.
Dude, it's an awesome, and the way he sings it was that's what makes it romantic.
I
You
know.
can talk about disemboweling
Yeah.
something or fucking a dead corpse, and you sing it like
You see it like Danzig. Yeah.
It's fucking beautiful.
Actually, talking about that, I took some of my Danzig and Misfits over to my mom's, and I let her listen.
Oh god.
Especially a little bit of the Danzig, a little bit of Misfits, not so much, but more the Danzig, and she's like, this. It's like the singer kind of sounds like Elvis.
Yeah, man.
Well,
Awesome.
and she's a huge Elvis
Sure.
fan though, so I was like, what do you think of it? So
Well,
and after she
it's-
found out what it was, she was like, no.
That's
Yeah.
stupid.
But
Well, yeah, I'll wait until we do honorable mentions for the stories I got.
oh, okay, all right, right on.
That's a
Okay.
great song,
But-
classic song.
Yeah, that's your number
man.
2, correct?
That is my number
Okay,
2.
yeah.
Well,
So
I already
Skulls.
did my number 1, so we'll skip me because mine was Die Die My Darling. So your number.
Okay,
1.
well, now I was prepared for this.
Mhm.
This is the only thing I prepped for.
That's number 1.
I'm on my 26th PBR right now. Skulls. We just got done with Skulls.
Skulls, nice.
I'm gonna switch it to Angel Fuck because those were my 2, man.
And the Angel
For
Fuck, all
number
right.
1. I'm gonna put Angel Fuck for number 1. It's right there with Skulls for me. Skulls. That's my original number 1.
Well, okay.
Right.
But we'll get a little sexy as well, and I'm gonna say Angel Fuck. It's a classic
Yeah,
song. I don't know.
that
I
is-
haven't heard it.
I'm
For
gonna
you
be
guys
honest.
on the list.
I think I've only heard it like 3 times. It's
Really?
not that I don't like it. It's just
Yeah.
that I have collection 1, collection 2
Sure,
on like rotation,
sure.
and it's not on there.
Correct.
So I always
Oh,
forget
it's
about
not?
that one.
It's
No,
not
I don't.
on
I
there,
don't believe
too?
so. No.
Uh,
Angel Fuck, man.
Angel
Yeah.
Fuck, is it on Earth AD then? Is Angel
I
Fuck
think
on
so.
Earth AD?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
It's
And that's the
either
reason why it's classic. You know?
Well, like there's that, and a lot of stuff on Static Age isn't on either of those.
Oh yeah. That's right. Static Age,
Because
yeah.
like I didn't hear Static Age until like later.
Yeah.
Hybrid Moments I never heard.
Hybrid Moments was a good one.
And
Yeah.
and we should mention this, and I don't know if you guys know, you probably do, but and maybe a lot of people that are listening don't know it, but they only really recorded a few albums, and the rest were
Just
released
demos
as
and stuff.
as singles, and that's why they did a collection. They
Sure.
were all
Mhm.
singles.
Sure.
Right.
They didn't put an official album out for like a lot of that stuff.
Well,
so-
yeah, and I mean, back in the day, punk shows and everything, you didn't have an album that came out like you do now. Like, hey, our album drops now. No, they didn't do that.
No, they might have had like a single song of like
catch them again.
You know, like they might have had a little EP you could buy.
Right, they might have like a tape sitting there that you could buy.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's it.
Right.
You know, it wasn't like a full album. Yeah. We're lucky that we live in the time we do, where we have everything like sitting there for us.
Right.
At our indulgence.
Hell, you can go on Spotify right now and listen to everything the Misfits ever did.
Exactly. Pretty much.
Exactly. Angel Fuck, my number one, dude. Just to throw it out there, Skulls was a great song.
Yeah.
Where Eagles Dare was a great song. Haven't had it on the same list. Kind of have to switch it up.
Sure.
I'll put Angel Fuck with my numero fucking uno, dude.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
right
unless he's someone with a Misfits patch, I'll fucking hang out with you.
Oh
You know what I mean?
Unless he's 12 years old and he got it from Target.
Hey, he wants to drink some PBR, that's fine. You know?
Little kid's like, what's that? Don't worry, kid. We'll get started.
Not fucking Heineken here.
I can just see right now, like, some 12-year-old wearing a Misfits t-shirt is like, what's an Angel Fuck?
Yeah.
I got into the song called Angel Fuck, and I'm not sure quite what it is, so I Googled it. And,
I fucking Googled it. That's okay, kid. I just Googled 138. So I don't feel too bad.
Right on, man. Yeah, Angel Fuck, my number one.
This is where we need some audio samples, like for the drums, like something, you know, to go along with that.
Absolutely.
I'll insert those later or something.
Next time we just set your drum set up in the background.
I'll have like one little cymbal.
Yeah.
Just fucking hit it.
Yeah.
All right, well, yeah, awesome choice, man. Awesome
Thank
choice.
You.
Angel Fuck, yeah.
Likewise,
again, classic,
this is fun.
Classic.
I'm probably gonna listen to Misfits for the rest of the fucking night.
Oh, dude, I'll have it on one song. I'll have it repeat like 10 times, and then I'll go to the next song 10 times repeat. So, and my number one, and this I put on repeat hundreds of times, and that is, I still jam out to the song, and I still, you know, gets me pumped. It's Death Comes Ripping.
I didn't even think of that one.
Damn it.
Isn't that weird?
Death Comes Ripping.
Death Comes Ripping so badass.
Dude,
That's a heavy
when the
fucking
drums
song, bro.
kick in, that
That was the one when I was like replenishing at A&F and Death Comes Ripping kicked in. I was like, shit, run it full speed.
That shit's heavy. That's
I love
heavy
it.
too,
I
man.
love it.
I forgot all about that.
Oh, so great. And Cradle Filth did a cover
Yeah,
of it.
I was
gonna
say,
And I actually love that cover, so I'll put that on jam to it.
that
too.
was like my buddy left that album over at my house once, and I just was going through tracks like scary.
Oh yeah,
fucked
it's
up.
the
Misfits.
I have that album. It's the Cradle
Doing
Slave.
Slave,
Yeah, they put that cover on there.
But it's just funny because it's like, not into this, not into this. What is that, Misfits? Okay.
It is.
They do it.
That's
an
an awesome song, man. Death Comes Ripping,
Comes
dude.
Ripping,
Great fucking song.
Yeah.
Well, it's
That's,
like
that gets me pumped. Let's
Good
do that
number
shit.
one,
Yeah.
dude.
it's a great song.
Yeah.
Wow.
Honorable mentions?
No, well, okay, here we go. Because I got lists.
Oh, dude, I
there's
say
so
we
many.
just started throwing shit out.
Okay, so none of the Graves era made it on my list.
But
For my number one honorable mentions, I chose the whole Graves era.
sure.
Because it's fucking amazing. And
Sure.
any one of those songs could have made it to my number, my 1
we
to
were-
5.
When we do
So-
I said that I had a story for honorable mentions.
Sure, go for
It's
it.
the only time my mom ever got on my shit for like music I listen to. Because again, my parents are really like liberal hippies.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love them to death. They're still cool to this day.
Yeah.
You know, my mom stole my copy of Hellbilly Deluxe by Rob Zombie when I was in high school.
She
It
was
like,
listening to it.
no, she did. That's why she stole it. She was like, she blatantly was like, I was like, Mom, where's my Hellbilly Deluxe? She's like, oh, it's in my room. I've been jamming to it. I'm like,
Wow.
fuck yes. But no, I'll never forget. I was listening to Famous Monsters, Michael Graves era, and I just had it playing as I was like working on the computer once, and you know, Scream played. My mom just kind of like twerked her head, listening to the lyrics, and then Saturday Night kicked in, and she's just like, I don't think I approve of this. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, there's 52 ways to murder anyone. 1 and 2 are the same, but they both work as well. What the hell are you listening to? I'm like, the Misfits? Is he talking about killing people? Yeah.
But
Just
only
a
his
little bit.
girlfriend.
But only his
Love.
girlfriends.
Yeah.
She's like a serial killer shit. I'm
Like
like,
but the back seat in the drive-in was so lonely without you.
that's just so funny. She's like, I can't wait to hear you scream. What's wrong with this guy? I'm like, Mom, it's horror movies and stuff.
Yeah,
it's like it's not.
What was the
not
other
real.
song on it? Helena?
Yeah, Helena.
No, that's on American Nightmare or American Psycho, I think.
Is it? Okay.
Maybe it is on there.
How's the lyrics go? If I cut off your arms and I
your
cut
arms,
off your
cut off
legs,
legs.
would you still love me anyway?
Well, and that one, I mean, it's based on Boxing Helena, which is a pretty famous movie about somebody that cut off a girl's arms and legs and left her in a box and basically kept her as his girlfriend, which is fucked up. But it was a movie first.
Kind of reminds you of Audition, too.
Kind of.
About it, because they kept that guy in a fucking sack. Or she kept the guy in a sack. Drinking his own vomit, having him vomit again, drinking and eating his own vomit again.
Ugh.
But that's beside the point, I guess, maybe.
Green Hell.
Green Hell, of course. I'll even go, shit. I can go, Mommy, can I go out and kill tonight?
That was
a good one.
That always cracked me up.
Mommy, can I go out and kill tonight?
That was a good one.
Which was really funny because, like, I was like, all right, she doesn't want me to listen to Famous Monsters. I'll take that one out. And I put it in collection 1. And sure enough, Mommy, can I go out and kill them? And she didn't. Either she couldn't understand what he was saying because it's a little distorted, or she just gave up at that point.
Right.
She just
So I played that and she just was fine with it. So.
I'll even go, like I said, I went Michael Graves era, and I'll even go after that because the ones with Jerry only, there are some of that stuff I like.
I like their
Projects 1950.
Yeah, Monster Mash is pretty cool.
Sure.
Monster Mash, and then off of God, what's the album called? It's got Cold Day in Hell and it's got Land of the Dead on it. I'm gonna say it's the last studio one that they did, but there's a few jams on it.
Yeah. No, I mean it's still Misfits. It's
still
just
Misfits. It's him singing.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about it is it's got Dez from Black Flag playing guitar in it. You know, he was in there. You know,
right on.
So it's like how could you go wrong with that? So that's not bad. So
it's solid. Yeah.
So so got those and.
Of
course, Horror Hotel. Horror Hotel was a good one.
Good shit.
Yeah,
another honorable mention.
I do find myself sometimes driving down the road singing along to Rat Fink at full blast.
Rat Fink, yeah.
Because it's really easy to sing. You can get anybody to sing that one.
Sing Rat Fink, yeah.
Or Return of the Fly.
Return of the Fly.
Okay, yeah.
Like that one, I was like,
Absolutely.
was Danzig just sitting in a hotel room watching TV, flipping channels? Like,
Just
I'm gonna do a
jotting
song,
down.
Return of the Fly, with Vincent Price.
Vincent Price, fuck yeah.
Or maybe he was just staring at the poster on a wall and he was just like, with Vincent Price.
And he was the horror icon.
Yeah.
Even Astro Zombies. I like Astro Zombies.
Is really
That's
good.
an awesome jam. Used to put headphones on, play along with that.
Night of the Living Dead was always one I dug.
Right, absolutely. But yeah, everything else we pretty much said. So yeah, honorable mentions. So of course when we upload this, I'll do the video. You know, we'll do a music video with this and.
Yeah,
Jump to
good
it.
luck picking something that'll.
What are we gonna pick the song?
I don't know,
Gonna be the
man.
song that goes to it?
Well, what was the longest Misfits song? Because we're gonna need
Well,
at least 2 or 3 minutes.
It's gotta be anything after Danzig, I'm sure.
Right.
Because all those songs were so short.
You might end up having to put like 2 songs on just to like, get everything
to fill
in
it
there.
up.
Yeah.
But
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
Get a couple songs.
Sure.
yeah, throw a couple songs together and
All right.
So
So that's our list.
this is our top 5 Misfits.
Leave a comment.
let's-
Let's hear
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
If
well-
you're a Fitz fan, let's hear what you got. If you had something different from us. If we're full of shit, say something.
Yeah. If our lists like dude, you guys are full of shit. This should have been number 1. This should have been number 5. Or you guys are all full of shit. You know, there is no top 5 because they're all awesome.
Okay.
You guys could have said that, or if you could have said I'm an idiot for mentioning anything past Michael Graves or Michael Graves. I don't care.
Or the fact that I didn't know what 138 was. Fuck off.
Hey, he Googled it.
I Googled that
That's
shit.
very interesting.
It's awesome that we
I'm
can.
pretty
yeah,
stoked on that.
go Google. Yeah,
That's very cool.
Awesome that you can Google
So,
anything now.
we're gonna close down this episode because we gotta go watch that one YouTube video real quick.
Oh yeah, I do want to watch that.
We got to.
Yeah, definitely.
But
okay, so So this is the end of our Misfits episode. Want to thank Buddy Brock, for being on this episode.
It's been really fun coming over. I'd love to do it again.
Hell yeah.
You'll probably hear him again because we're probably going to record another one right after this.
Well, that's the plan. If I don't delete them now,
as long as they aren't deleted,
don't jinx us now. We might get another episode in here.
We
are going to get another.
It's definitely been fun coming over, man.
It's been fun having you. Yeah,
time I'm available too.
We try to be as inviting as possible.
Back.
Cool.
We'll have you back. We'll do another list. We'll do some other. We'll do like top 5 metal movies or some shit.
Sure.
That would be
totally like icons of metal or something.
Favorite way to eat corn.
Oh, shit.
I would love to do that. I'm very good at eating corn.
We should just like record
the episode.
No, we should just like record ourselves watching like Fury Road or something, and just start like our commentary.
That is a fucking metal movie.
That is
you got a guy.
It's the most metal movie I've ever seen.
With a fucking blowtorch. Yeah.
That was cool.
That was pretty. This is a long metal movie with a car chase. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's a badass.
It's like 2 hours and 11 minutes, but it feels like 25.
Oh, dude, so good, so good.
Like my roommate has extreme ADD. He was like, I'm still paying attention, and it's like an hour and 15 in. What happened?
Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting off subject.
Yeah, we're good. We're getting way off subject. Okay, so of course we'll have in the beginning of the episode, like we've been doing, we'll have all of our info. How to get a hold of us, and as well as Brock. And then I'm sure how he wants people contact him, and of course the band. Having
definitely
churches. Info up on the page
man.
too.
Anything that involves the shit that we have all talked about.
Right.
We've known each other for years off and on, man. It's always a pleasure.
It was awesome to finally get this done because it was so much fun. As I knew it would be. So
absolutely. It's pretty fucking fun.
And it's pretty fun. And something else I want to mention before we go. When I put all my info up on the page. People are going to send me a friend request on Facebook or something like that, send me a goddamn message, because I don't know, because I'm being serious here, because I'm getting, like, friend requests from these people, and they're like, I don't know who the fuck you are. And they look shady as hell anyway.
Send a message.
So be like, hey, we saw you on the podcast, whatever, we want to send you a friend request, so.
I saw you on podcast. I am Job. Please friend request me and send $500.
I like the Misfits.
$2 make me holla. Yeah. No, seriously, yeah. Or just go and like the pages, We got the links for all the pages up, but yeah, thanks for listening. This has been fun, and we'll see you for the next one.
As always, stay frosty.
Stay frosty and stay metal.
Nice.
See, I told you I could do the high.
Is that fucking Diamond?
Dude, we should sample you doing the low, and then I'll do the high. Just put that shit on here. All right, thanks, guys. Later.